Welcome to lesson 22 of the Arabic course, where we will be looking at the last exercise of the textbook, and that's exercise 20. We are here continuing from exercise 19, in that we're looking at some more verbal stems. Remember that we have 9 verbal stems that are common, and we've looked at 1 through 4. The remaining verbal stems 5, 6, 7, 8 and 10 are all to some degree reflexive or passive. So we can look at sentence 1 in exercise 20. كلمته ولم أتكلم مع غيره. I spoke to him and I did not speak with other than him, meaning anybody else. So كلمته is I spoke. Note the lengthening of the middle root consonant in this verb. كلم, the root is kaf lam mim, and the lengthening of the lam indicates second verbal stem. And if you continue, وَلَمْ أَتَكَلَّمْ مَعَ غَيْرِهِمْ. أَتَكَلَّمْ, the third word, also has a lengthening of the middle root consonant, but it has a long prefix. That's because it is the 5th stem. The 5th stem has a ta in front of it. Ta in front of the root plus the lengthened middle root consonant. So أتكلم, I did not speak, is an imperfect, and actually it's actually the imperfect variant that we call jussive or apocryphate. You can see that by the sukun over the last root letter. Remember that the apocryphate is characterized by the lack of a vowel in sort of in the simple forms. In the simple forms, I mean, by the simple forms, I mean forms without ending. When you're supposed to have an ending in the jussive or apocryphate, this ending will then disappear somewhat. You can see you can see all those things in the paradigm, and for now, just notice how all forms, subjunctive, imperative, participle, apocryphate, and so on, work in all the conjugations, in all the verbal stems, I mean. In this case, we have the root kalama, which actually means more or less the same in the 2nd form as it does in the 5th form. I spoke with him and I did not speak with anybody else. We can look at sentence 3 now. لا تخالفوا أباءكم يا أولاد. لا تخالفوا, do not disagree with your father, O kids. لا تخالفوا is another subjunctive. تخالفوا is another subjunctive. Maybe remember that the imperfect plural ending is una, but the subjunctive cuts off the una ending and making it u. That's goes for both the subjunctive and the apocryphate. This is the apocryphate, also called the jussive. The jussive being used with la. Incidentally, in Arabic, you're not allowed to negate the imperative. You cannot find a negation la and then an imperative. Instead of that, you use la plus the apocryphate. Do not disagree with. And which verbal stem then is tukhalifu, the 2nd word of sentence 3 in exercise 20? Well, that is the 6th form. No, sorry, that's it's the 3rd form here. Tukhalifu, the 2, of course, is a prefix, imperfect prefix. Tukhalifu, the 3rd form, indicated by the long a, tukhalifu, the long a after the 1st root consonant. Okay, going on to sentence 4. سوف أنتظرك بعد غروب الشمس. Sulfur is the future particle, meaning that the verb is to be read as future, meaning I will, in this case I, because it's antaziruka, I will wait for you after the setting of the sun. I will wait for you, Sulfur antaziruka. Ka is the object suffix you, and antaziru is I will wait. Now that's the verbal stem, verbal root nazara. Nazara, to look or to wait. Well, in the eighth form, this is the eighth form. It means to wait. The eighth form is characterized by an infixed te, so the te is placed between the first and second consonants of the root. Ntaziru, antaziru. Nazara, to see, becomes ntaziru in the eighth form. I will see. The eighth form being a sort of reflexive and reflexive in meaning, usually to the first form. In other words, if a verb has a certain meaning in the first form, then you get a reflexive or passive meaning of that meaning when you put the verb in the eighth form. That also goes for the seventh form. The seventh form is not as common as the eighth form, but it has some of the same meaning. Good. If you continue, please look at sentence 6. استخلف الأمير ابنه. استخلف was is a tenth form. Okay, the root is khalafa, kha, lam, and fa, and it is prefixed by an ista. This long prefix is characterized. Is a very good a very good way to recognize the tenth form. Okay, that's it for lesson 22. Please do the rest of exercise 20 as you used to. Remember to read, and thank you.